So last night on Thursday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams defeated the New England Patriots 24-3 on Thursday Night Football. Um, Honestly, I don't have a lot of words for this game, Nate. So before I go off on one team and praise another, I'll let you start.
Hate seeing Cam Newton like this. I'm a huge Cam Newton fan. Everybody knows this. He played for my Panthers since back in was 2011, 2012. Left last year, go to the Patriots. I really thought he was gonna have himself a season, but he's just hate seeing him like this. As for the offense and defense, that team just crumbled. I don't know what happened. Um, Seems like that 45-0 win didn't really motivate them as well because they're facing just a whole nother team in general. We all know the Chargers aren't good, but now they're facing the other Los Angeles team who was a really good team, who I didn't think was going to be good this year. A lot of people didn't think was going to be good this year, and they were vacationing in LA thinking, oh, let's give the Rams a good game, and that just never happened. I don't know what else to say. Only putting up 3 points, a field goal. I mean, that's not good. Um, and this game may have crushed the Patriots' hopes and dreams for a playoff spot. Really, they got 3 more games, all against divisional rivals: the Bills, Dolphins, the Jets. I can see them winning one of those games, and I don't even have to mention that team. Um, I mean, what else can I say? Cam Newton went 9 for 16 completion attempts, 119 yards, and no touchdowns, and interception, and he fumbled the ball. He also had 7 rushing attempts and 16 yards. So he didn't do well in that, and it's not even just him that wasn't doing good rushing. Just the whole rushing team, the whole receiving team, just the team in general just did not do good. Damian Harris had 11 rushing attempts for 50 yards. N'Keal Harry had three receptions for 49 yards. Jameer Byrd had 5 receptions, 48 yards, and Jacoby Myers had 4 receptions and 47 yards. Miles Bryant did have an interception, but didn't really get him anywhere. Adrian Phillips had 10 tackles and a tackle for loss. That's a nice thing to have 10 tackles in the night. Um, Josh Root had a tackle for loss. Deshaun Bauer had a tackle for loss, and Brian Coward had a sack and a tackle for loss. So I mean, aside from those guys on defense, nobody really showed up for this team. This team just did not play well, and it showed. As for the Rams, though, the Rams had themselves a very decent game. Jared Goff he didn't have a good game, but it was enough for them to get him a win. 16 for 25 completion attempts, 137 yards, a touchdown and an interception. He had 4 rushing attempts, 11 yards and a touchdown. Cam Akers had 29 rushing attempts and 171 yards. That's big. Imagine if he had a touchdown or two on that stat list. That would have probably been player of the week status right there. As for Cooper Kupp, he had 5 receptions, 33 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Higbee had two receptions for 34 yards. Kenny Young, Mario, this man had himself a night. Kenny Young, he had 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 interception, which became a 79-yard touchdown, and a pass defended. That's a night. This is if you were to ask me who is the star of this game, it's Kenny Young. That's big. That's a big night. It's not player of the week status, or it could be if he had a couple more sacks, a couple more tackles for losses. But that's a big night right there. Jordan Ford had 6 tackles. Troy Reeder had 7 tackles, 7 tackles and a tackle for loss. Michael Brockers had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. That's big. Morgan Fox had a sack and a tackle for loss. Leonard Floyd had a half a sack. Justin Hollins had a tackle for loss, and Aaron Donald had 1.5 sacks and a tackle for loss. So what really won the Rams this game was the defense. I mean, the offense was good in their own right, but the defense won them the game, really. And Kenny Young's stats just prove it, and the other guy's stats just prove it. So, I don't know what happens from here. Like I said, the Rams play the Jets, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks in their last 3 games. And obviously they're getting a free win next week. It's the damn New York Jets. I want to explain that team. As for the Patriots, I think it's time for the Patriots to start panicking. Because, like I said, you got the Jets. That should be a free win. Or actually, I don't know, because they barely beat them last time. At times can be different. Then they got the Bills and Dolphins, who are also 2 playoff teams. So right now, I think the Patriots need to start going into panic mode and look into what they can get in the draft and look in who they can get in free agency because this team just hate to say it. It's not it. It ain't it. You were
Sorry, I was
muted.
muted. But I absolutely agree with you. But I want to add something.
Mhm.
I actually add a couple of things. First off, the Patriots offense, in order to succeed, it cannot run through Cam Newton no more. It can't.
Mhm. I absolutely agree.
It can't happen. Okay. As a quarterback, he hasn't been playing that great this year. Rushing, he's been okay, but he hasn't been the same guy he was a few years ago. I'm keeping it real with you. Okay, if you're really gonna have success with this offense, honestly, give Damian Harris a bigger role. Give him that bigger role. Have him be the main option. Put it this way, Nate. When um when the Titans throwing was struggling, right? And when the
Mhm.
Vikings quarterbacks was struggling, right? Who
Mhm.
they turn to? Derrick Henry.
There's Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, even the Saints, when the Drew Brees kept getting hurt, who they turn to? Alvin Kamara. You need to turn to your running back in this type of situation and give Damian Harris a bigger role. He had a big role in Alabama. He never got that bigger role in his career because they never gave it to him. For instance, in Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa was the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But because Tua was the quarterback and because they had Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy, he never got that big role. Now he steps into New England. Now because New England has Cam Newton, he's not getting that big role. From these next 3 games, I want to see the Patriots put this whole offense through Damian Harris.
I agree.
Okay? He's the main guy right there. Damian Harris. You need to give Damian Harris over 20 touches a game. That's my opinion right there. Because Damian Harris, I think, is going to be a great running back in this league. But you have to give him the chance to be great, if that makes any sense. His wide receivers, I'm going to be honest with you, they're not bad. But Cam Newton needs to learn how to make smart throws and smart plays. It's as simple as that. Okay, I get it. You signed Cam Newton to a 1 year, $9 million deal. I get it. You named him captain his first year. I get it. He's starting. I understand all of that, and you don't want him to be a bust because you want to prove to people that you made the right choice in getting Cam Newton. However, the problem with that is Cam Newton hasn't been Cam Newton like you wanted him to be. And
Right.
that's a big problem. So put this offense through Damian Harris these next 3 games and watch the improvement because I really do think Damian Harris is going to be the next premier running back in the league. I'm saying it right now. Anybody can bash me. I do not care. Damian Harris has all the tools possible to be one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah, he does.
So put this offense through him and watch this offense run. If the offense cannot run through Damian Harris for some reason, then it's time for you to start making decisions, and start
Right.
getting another quarterback and maybe even cutting Cam Newton. I hate to say it, but that's true. I don't want anybody losing their job, but that's true. The other thing I want to point to is I said that it's all going to come down to how badly this defensive line punishes Jared Goff. And honestly, Jared Goff didn't have too bad of a game. Could he have a better game? Absolutely, but he didn't have too bad of a game. The pick that he had, it wasn't really his fault. The guy caught it, and then Miles Bryant just made a great play by pulling it away from him. But
Yeah.
um, but honestly, when you look at the defensive line, Nate, on this list, right? How many sacks happen? How many sacks did the
One.
Patriots get?
Just one.
And is that acceptable?
No, absolutely not.
All right, now let's go to the Rams.
They had wait, hold on, this is blocking my camera, my bad. They had, let me count real quick. I kind of lost count. They had one, three there. That's four, five, seven sacks.
7 sacks. So 7 sacks compared to one. Now, when we were talking about making our predictions, I said that the Patriots defensive front had to get to Jared Goff, right?
They didn't do it.
And I said I can't see it happening because you got guys like Aaron Donald, you got guys like Michael Brockers. That's the guy I forgot. He's very underrated. He's done a lot for this team. Leonard Floyd was the guy I mentioned. So when you look at all these guys, man, it was hard for me to compare the Patriots defensive front to just even Aaron Donald.
Yeah, right. Aaron
So
Donald's just a whole nother breed of human.
right, absolutely. So I mean, so honestly, the Patriots failed in all 3 aspects of the game. To be honest with you, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
besides special teams, if you want to make a point there, go right ahead. But offense and defense, 2 out of 3 of them at least, they just couldn't get the edge, and because of it, Cam Newton struggled. The offense struggled. Damian Harris isn't getting enough opportunities to become that great running back that Bill Belichick might want to keep. And with that being said, the Patriots lost because they did not create enough opportunities for them to score, And on defense, they did not create enough opportunities to get at Jared Goff and pressure him. It's just as simple as that.
Right. Right. And you're spot on that. You know, again, I hate seeing Cam Newton struggle. I hate seeing everybody struggle like this, but Cam Newton's one of my favorite players. And, you know, to see him struggle like this, it hurts. But, you know, congratulations to the Rams. That was a big win. Their next, well, I should say 2 games. Next week, they get a free win, pretty much. But, you know, best of luck to the Rams. As for the Patriots, you know, get back to the drawing board because this just ain't it. And if you guys did not watch the game, I will leave a link to the game highlights in the description down below for you guys to go check out.